Good afternoon, students. Today we are starting with a new chapter, The Rat Trap, written by Selma Lazaroff. Here, about Selma Lazaroff, she was a Sweden writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them, a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. And here, this story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, rich in iron ore, which figure large in the history and legends of that country. The story is told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. Uh, the Rat Trap is written by Selma Lazaroff, and this is an interesting story. It is like a fairy tale, as I have told. There are many interesting incidents and dialogues. The rat trap seller is a homeless tramp. He stays for a night in the cottage of a crofter. The lonely crofter entertains him like a guest and trusted friend. Him means the man. Here he tells him everything, but in the morning the peddler comes back, smashes a window pane, and steals the crofter's money. Later, uh, there is a turn in his fortune. The ironmaster mistakes him for an old comrade. The peddler is the ironmaster's guest for about 2 days, but he once again leaves to pursue his usual profession of selling rat trap, theft and begging. So, selling rat trap, theft and begging, these were his profession, the rat trap seller's profession. There is a twist at the end of the story. The ironmaster mistook him for his old comrade Captain von Stell. There is a philosophical angle too in the story. The lonely tramp is a philosopher too. Not only does he make rat traps to sell, he thinks that the world too is a rat trap. As rats are lured by pork and cheese to enter the trap, so are men lured by lands, food, shelter, clothing, etc. Means men are lured by all the materialistic things of the world. These are different baits. Those who touch them are trapped. Means those who run after this land, food, shelter, clothing, etc. they are trapped. He knew a few persons who were already trapped and other who were trying to bite the bait and get trapped. So this is a basic introduction of the story, The Rat Trap. Now you will get a summary of it. Mm, uh, I'm starting it now. Uh, Rat Trap's peddler or seller went around selling small rat traps. His clothes were in rags. You know, rags means it's torn. His cheeks were hollow. This is the introduction or the description of the rat trap seller. He had the looks of a starved man. He made wet tips. Sometimes he resorted to begging and a little stealing to survive. Means as it was his profession, theft, begging and selling rat trap. So he used to do all these things, all this work whenever which is needed for the survival, and the world had never been kind to him. He had no home, no shelter. So the peddler led a lonely life and was given to meditation. One day, while he was thinking about his rat traps, an idea struck him. He thought that the world itself was a rat trap. As pork and cheese, as I said, these cheese serve as baits to trap rats. The world offered the materialistic things like clothes, foods, and joys, and mm, shelter, clothing, uh, to trap people. As soon as anybody touched them, the trap closed on them. He was amused to think of some people who were already trapped and some are trying to be trapped. It was a cold evening in December. Now the story begins. He saw a grey cottage on the roadside. He knocked at the door and asked for a night's shelter. The owner of the cottage was a lonely old crofter. He wanted someone to talk to, so he was happy to see a stranger who wanted to be sheltered in that night. He welcomed the peddler. He gave the peddler hot porridge to eat and tobacco to smoke. Then they played cards. The crofter was generous as well as trustful. He told the peddler that he had a cow and that he sold milk and cream. He also told him that he received 30 kno- uh, he also told him that he received 30 knorr as payment of the previous month. Then he took down a pouch and showed him the money. So he was so trustful and so generous. He did not think the crofter did not think that the stranger was a stranger actually, and no one can be trusted so easily. But as he was a generous person and he was trustful, so he took the peddler as a trustful person and he revealed all his secrets, even how much money he earned, everything he revealed. After that, he put the money back in the after showing, he showed it, okay. Then he took down a pouch and showed him the peddler money. Then he put the money back in the pouch and hung it on a nail in the window frame. Next morning the peddler left. The crofter locked his cottage and went away. The peddler came back to the cottage. He had been tempted to steal the money that hung like a bait in the window frame. So you can see that he was lured by the money he has seen, as he is a very poor person. He is a beggar instead. So he was trapped, as he thinks that the materialistic things trap people. So he was also trapped to see the money. He was lured by the money he has seen to the crofter, and he came back to get that. Like a bait in the window frame it was hung, and he smashed the pane and stole the money. Now he thought that it was not safe to walk along the public highway, so he went into the woods. Woods means here forest. There he walked and walked, but could not get out. He was tired. He looked upon the forest as a rat trap in which he was caught. So the forest was also a rat trap, where he had taken the way of forest, though he did not know the way, but he had to go through it because he stole the money and he could not go by the highway, and he had to escape himself. And this is here he thought that this forest or the woods is also a rat trap where he is caged. uh, then what happened? He looked upon the forest as a rat trap in which he was caught. He thought his end was near. He laid down to die. After a while, he heard the regular thumping of a hammer stroke. He knew the sound was coming from some iron mill. He stood up and walked in the direction of the sound. He opened the gate of the works and went into the forge. The blacksmith and his apprentice were there waiting for pig iron to be ready to be put on the anvil. It was the Ramsjo Iron Works. This was the name. So next what happened? The blacksmith hardly took any notice of the presence. It was not usual for a vagabond to come in for shelter and warmth. The owner of the work was very particular about the quality of the iron he produced. On one of his visits, he came into the forge. He looked intently at the peddler's face. He felt sure that the peddler was one of his old regimental comrades, Captain von Stell. So he thought that it was a man whom he knew. Then he was who had fallen on evil days. He invited the peddler to come home. Means the iron mills owner invited the peddler to come home with him for Christmas. But the peddler was alarmed. He refused, and the ironmaster went home. The ironmaster sent his daughter Edla to persuade the peddler to come home. She came in a carriage with a large fur coat. She could see that the peddler was unwilling to accept the invitation because he was afraid, because he had stolen the money. Perhaps she thought he had stolen something or had escaped from jail. She spoke gently to him. She showed love to him. She assured him that he would be free to leave when he pleased. They wanted his company only over Christmas Eve. The peddler felt confidence in her. He agreed to go with her. On the way, he was sorry to have stolen the cofter's money that had put him in a trap. So the money lured him and he was in a trap because he stole it. The iron master was happy to have his old regimental comrade under his roof. He planned to feed him well and give him some respectable work. The servant cut the peddler's hair and bathed him. The peddler appeared wearing one of ironmaster's fine suits, but so his appearance was changed. His hair was cut. He got good clothes to wear. But when the ironmaster looked at him in the daylight, he felt he had made a mistake. What was the mistake? He had thought him the old comrade, but he was not so. He was not the old comrade. The peddler was not Captain von Sell. He thought that the man had deceived him. He even thought of handing him over to the sheriff. The peddler said that he had not pretended to be what he was not. He had not been willing to go to the ironmaster's house even. Even then, he was willing to put on his rags and leave. Means after when the ironmaster recognized him that he was not that comrade, he said that he did not come willingly, and even he want to at that moment he wanted to wear the rags and he wanted to leave. He also told ironmaster that the world was a rat trap and he too might be tempted by a big bait while getting caught in the trap. The ironmaster told him to leave at once. Edla did not like her father's asking the poor peddler to leave. Means it was very rude, and Edla did not like it. She thought it was unfair to turn away the man whom they had invited. They themselves have invited. So Edla thought it was not good or right to make him leave from there. She wanted to have the joy of entertaining a homeless wanderer on Christmas. She stopped the peddler and her father gave in. Edla now served food to the peddler. In the evening during Christmas party, he was given Christmas presents, which he thankfully received. Edla told him that her father's coat that the peddler was wearing was also a Christmas present. She assured him that he would be welcomed again if he liked to spend the next Christmas Eve with them. What happened next morning? The ironmaster and his daughter went to church. There they learned that the peddler was a thief. He had robbed the crofter. The ironmaster was sure that the peddler must have made away with their silver. Edla was dejected. But when they reached home, they learned that the peddler had left, but he did not take away anything. On the other hand, he had left a Christmas present for Edla. Edla opened the present. It was a tiny rat trap. Edla was happy to see that the peddler had left the crofter's money behind. There was a letter also. It was addressed to Edla. He had thanked her for the kindness that Edla showed. This kindness actually lead him to understand or to realize from the very beginning that he had done some mistake and he should return back the money he had stolen. He wanted to do a good turn to her, so he had left the crofter's money. As Edla has done so good to the peddler, so the peddler also wanted to do good something in return. And what he did, he left the crofter's money, and had requested her to return it to the crofter. He said that he was brought up as a real captain. That was why he could come out